Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Hope you're all doing quite well nonetheless. So, this video is to signify the 3,000 subscriber mark that I've reached again. Now you saying again? Well, yeah, originally YouTube cut everything down, they got rid of all dead accounts and all that stuff, and with an understandable reason, they collapsed their servers a little bit and, makes a breathing room for that. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is. But again, hitting the 3,000 mark, I'm very, 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 very humbled by the folks who have stopped by my channel and subscribed to it and all that stuff. I mean, it is not a necessarily big deal, per se. To me, it's awesome that somebody appreciates what I do, or someone likes what I does, or did, or would do, and they keep on watching it, following it, and all that stuff, too. That makes me happy knowing people appreciate that, but at the same time, is it a top-tier, big deal? I'm not really here to try to get too many subscribers. I'm not here for that. That is not my goal. People, you're full of shit if you're making a channel. Well, if I'm making a channel, I'm doing a channel to be creative. That's how most people do it, right? I mean, besides other people who do like, hey guys, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and comment on my channel every 3 fucking seconds on their videos. And then you have those folks who just make everyone else look like they're doing the same damn thing, even though they're not. I mean, yes, at the end of my videos I might mention that, but that's it. That's it. I mean, it's, if you, it's like, hey, if you feel inclined, check out more videos. Because, if they did like the content, you kind of want to promote yourself shamelessly to say, hey, I got more stuff kind of like this, nothing wrong with that. But anyway, this video is also going to show a couple pickups I got. These are very minor ones, but they're ones... At least one of them is inspired off of another pickup I got very recently, and that, of course, was the Namco Museum Volume 3. I ended up picking up this before, shown this in a previous video, which has, like, pole position 2 and all that. But I ended up picking up because it was very affordable, and obviously I jumped on the bandwagon on that really quickly, and that, of course, is this right here, Volume 1 of the Namco Museum. Now this includes 7 games, which actually is pretty darn awesome. Oop, as I dropped it on the floor. No, yeah, picked this up because I got the 3rd one. I thought, I was like, I might as well get Volume 2, Volume 4, and Volume 5 at some point in the future. Because I like Namco games. I like Pac-Man, I like, Pole Position, all that. I like those kind of games. I don't hate them at all. So I thought it would make a lot of sense just to pick up these type of games in this type of format, because, one, it's convenient, it actually includes most of the games I do like anyway, and why not? So these end up being the Greatest Hits Edition, which again, is not a humongous big deal. I don't care if it's on Greatest Hits Edition or the core version. I mean, if I get the core version, awesome. If I get the Greatest Hits Edition, fantastic, because... it's just the game, essentially. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's this version or that version. Whoa, it's better to have the core version. Is it the same game in the Greatest Hits Edition? Yeah. Well, that's why you also would buy the Greatest Hits Edition, or the Greatest Hits, or what the hell was it called for Resident Evil 2. I prefer the Greatest Hits Edition of Resident Evil 2 because it includes more things, so you get more bang for your buck that way. I mean, these are cool and all. I mean, having the core version of it, the first edition, so to speak, of the said game, but, who knows, they probably add things to each one of these editions that we have not yet scaved. But with these, though, they're not going to get that. It just has a lot of archived history about each game, and all that stuff. Like, it's pretty much a collector's style kind of game, where you can basically pick up, for example, Dig Dug. You can go into that part of the game, and it gives you information about said Dig Dug, things that probably are not even mentioned, not too many other places. I mean, yeah, nowadays the internet is just humongous information about these type of games anyway, but before, when you had these type of games, the internet wasn't quite as informational as it was now. The internet started to grow, I would say, that period of growth, which was, I believe this was 1996, yep. Nope, I was wrong. Was I wrong? 1996, yeah. Around 1996, the internet didn't quite have the archive of information as it does now. Internet now, I think, is at its peak for that kind of information for these type of games. That's generally how it is. So I ended up picking up Volume 1. I'm going to try to get Volume 2, Volume 4, and Volume 5. Those are kind of pricey. I looked them up. They were out of my price range to get a game like this anyway. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for those remainders I need. So I'll pick those up and I'll have the full set, because each volume essentially has the, you know, they have N, A, C, and O for the remainder, so it spells like Namco, which is sort of a, I guess, gives you an incentive to collect all of them, which, again, I don't mind doing so. I also picked this up. It was at Target. It was a clearance rack, and it was about $5. So I picked this up, and I played a good chunk of part 1. I haven't finished part 1 yet, shame on me, I know, shame on me. But I got the physical copy of part 1, so I'm probably gonna install that bit, so that way I don't have to have the full game on my hard drive and just be able to play it as such. I got part 2 because I really enjoyed part 3. I mean, yeah, part 2 and part 3, it's apples and oranges, so to speak, but primarily the same kind of thing. Which part 3, or in this case Second Son, I still have to go through and do the paper missions, which I have not finished that yet at all, which I'm kind of upset, like pissed off, like, but just like disappointed I didn't get to finish that bit, because I was just like, oh man, because the internet wasn't working at the time I got the game because of the whole the denial of service attacks on the PSN servers, which again, it isn't really hacking, it's just fucking denial of service attacks, that's all it is. So, you know, that shit was happening. I could not do the paper bits because you needed the online, I guess, for some crazy score shit or some crap like that. I don't know how that exactly works 100%. But, yeah, I'm going to pop that in and play some of that. And I'm also getting back into, because I originally played this game right here when it first came out. I bought it and all that and popped it in and it was like, yeah, you know, all optimistic about it. I used Zerg all the way to 80 and then I burnt myself out, which was not a good thing. But I got this strategy guide a while back. You know, this isn't anything new, but I'm pretty much going to be reading this and just sort of like, okay, where's this spot, or how do I get up to this point? And I'll just kind of flip to the page or look through the book and just you know, read that information. There's also, what is it, like information about some abilities which I cannot remember, so I end up going to this and be like, okay, what the hell is this? So I flip to this page, read this information, because again, don't remember half the information about the abilities. Even though this is outdated, this is definitely outdated to Guild Wars, but it does give me a core idea what the hell most things are. I mean, yeah, you can drag your mouse over the information, but fuck that, I'd rather use the book, you know? That's how I feel. But, yeah. Got that to look at if I really, really need to. And plus, some spots I cannot recognize or remember, because it's been a while, and I'd just rather have footnotes. But, there you have it. Some pickups I got, and I'd like to thank everyone who has followed this channel that's been following me for a while. Again, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for always checking back daily. And I'll be still doing what I do most of the time, being my good old neckbeard self. So, take it easy. Thank you all for watching, and oh man. Touch my nipples.